33 after 2, 94.7, Asempa FM Sony. Emirasin Aswedi Ekosiisen Gideon Boako on a Friday afternoon, the 7th day of May 2021. Medin your say bones from Yobi. It's not to say at 6:30 p.m. and it's officially Ghana's biggest and the most authoritative political, social, and current affairs talk show. It's exclusive to Asempa 94.7 FM here in Accra, and the show is live on a number of affiliate radio stations from Tamale to Bibiani and Nyaso Bekwai in the Western North region. Over 15 radio stations and FI in Jumediana live. And the other one Yanara Asset Emma Monso Akwaba Eba Jumedi Eso. We're also on Facebook Live. Just search for Asempa 94.7 FM on Facebook. Like our page, watch our live stream, post your comments. Would love to interact with you. Oko Twitter and so I handle at Asempa 947_FM. At Asempa 947_FM. Let's stay interactive. WhatsApp messages will be to the Biabre line here 0548 955 947 0548 955 947. Odo messages the first Brea Yebesha Kain Amao. And in the next 4 hours, 30 minutes, we have a lot on our table to discuss. Enra, mo follow the vice president or Facebook, no, or post TBB on the page, something in response to concerns, the Fix Ghana Now movement, no, Erizi. And Enra, lawyer Samijan feeding common ya kind, ebi ede emamo. And the aide and spokesperson of the vice president, Dr. Gideon Boako, will join us in the studio to really respond to some of the questions Abba following Neoma Vice President Eddie Etudra. The trend on social media is still on. Fix Ghana Now, the counter trend, we are fixing it, and also is on. Of course, and one latest hashtag trendy name and shame. Name and shame into Twitter obe hona amanfo ebia se ne MP na emo ne homoden a no wabone din what reasons why MP ne mo ne homoden say DC na emo ne homoden and it's a whole new trend on social media, name and shame. Very interesting. I'll be reading some of the tweets to you on Twitter now how interesting that trend is. It's really interesting. So here's some of the name and shame trends now. Very interesting. For example, Obi said, and this is Kali J tweeting on the handle at Kali J, the handle we know you see. And Kali J is the man who began the Fix Ghana Now trend. And for example, I'll say the court said no demonstration, and I would go with that. That does not mean we still can't complain. Online demonstration goes on. We will do everything online. Hashtag name and shame. Obi so edene MP aba. And ono kase e was the MP ba be fix roads be in Tema. Hashtag name and shame. And the MP in question Carlos Ahin crowd and infoni atoho a lot. We used to say name and shame, and this is Meki OFB at Meki OFB. Or say hashtag name and shame, hashtag Fix Ghana Now. Obi Amwa, MP for Equiapem South, Deputy Minister for Local Government and Rural Development. We're naming now the picture and pictures of roads be ostensibly from his constituency at the account. The name and shame trend is number one in the trends and in Ghana. We'll be sharing some of the tweets with you as we go on in the channel. So, you can tweet at us. Say the American Kano. You handle it at Asempa 947_FM. At Asempa 947_FM. We would love to hear from you. We say, good afternoon, Obi. Please help me wish my dear Honorable MP Eugene Boachi entry MP for the Subin constituency, happy birthday. May he grow from strength to strength. May our good God continue to bless him with more knowledge and good health. Abawa United Kingdom and on the way praying. This one says that good afternoon, Obi. Can you please wish my daughter a happy birthday in advance? For Nidin Branafi Yenye Emfa Emau. But it's also your birthday today, Mr. President. Mr. President was Denmark. Mr. President in Denmark. Happy birthday to you. Live to be 94.7 and beyond. And we wish you well. We wish you very, 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 very well. Also, and then already 55 years. 55 years, Mr. President in Denmark. 55 years today. Happy birthday. And live to be 94.7 and beyond. Inti, you go so AD and come through with your messages and would share your thoughts with the rest of the world. Suddenly can Dr. Gideon Boako atnasa da nchemema na kwaba. But my main fast da my for sounds of our time or more boy agbeve herbal center or more the Mona soap and a Mona cream abejaso Momo milk Yara Ghana Las Palmas Food Center munyina boy the sound of our time ebro yewo EcoBank Ghana Awake Purified Drinking Water and a Rockstars Roofing Systems almost boy in the day mehia sem segment no ebro your interviews I hear on this show having insecticide spray and coil and a Food, Hepa Plus mixer, Consolidated Bank of Ghana, and a Mutlu battery. Omunyina boy. Discussion segment so Franco Trading Enterprise, Phone Papa Pafie, TCL The Creative Life, Dependable Herbal, and a Global Lighting Center Limited. And you may query boy me a day, your discussion segment so Bremo, and no intimation and so. Am I Doc? Aqua Banet saying,
I'm Yadom Minia.
Bibi Akwe.
Adaroma. Someone show me that say.
Office of the Vice President, Bibi Aboko.
We are fixing ourselves.
We'll fix them home. For the whole of this week, I think Adebako trended pa a fix Ghana now. That campaign on social media. As the spokesperson of the vice president, this whole trend started, how did he take it? Looking at the critical position of holding in Ghana.
Oh yeah, Eddie can metesa. Oh kasa me amenia pani me bibia honorable Yujibo church and then the birthday. Ti mama so me dwane na dofa osube. Na me wishing a happy birthday.
Okay.
He's somebody I respect a lot. And I was a Ashanti region. May a party at Juma you talking about. There were people who were my uncles, and he was one of them. And Honorable Eugene, I wish you a very happy birthday. In himself, as I said, na United so I won't come. Yes, I'll celebrate ye. Yeah, visit some by I'm penny abedi actually who is one of the key elements Ebua Emma governance Ekoso.
Yes.
Name said democracy are pretty Obiane sene see atiasefa. Sometimes you can't kabima menkabia mamuo. But obi kwa kabia na obi person so the call. But that is the tenets of democracy. And amamuo ayebu so you cannot get it right all the time. And say you're right in part. Ni bibia be bia na nipa be hunu say you're right. Now when him say omampani na ankasa, he's a lawyer, he understands democracy and the kind of governance structure we have. So no mampani abedi achire so ehunu. In fact, mampani abedi achire there so unim ni ye pa or the otane engage. He lies listening to people and acting on what they say done. And normal on one kasa atnasekra to plan for. And the one of the presidents and our vice presidents, as far as I know, I kind of say, oh, you're very active on social media. He's the one. And he sometimes, I know I send a message or just screenshot from be Facebook post or something. Have you seen this? Talk to this minister. Why is this happening? Because motorway crime.
Yeah.
Crawford say complaining about traffic. He saw it somewhere. So that's what is this happening? Why can't we have traffic lights? What they say, street lights on the motorway?
On the motorway.
Call this minister from you. That is how. Some of the things people write and say, it influences a lot of the policy decisions we take, especially on the economic management team.
Okay.
And let me give you a classical example. Very classical example. Just last week, let me open my phone and see exactly. During the weekend. I want to get the exact date and time. And then I had a message from the vice president. And it's an article that was published on www.ir.knust.edu.gh.
Oh, okay.
Is a bit stream. So I opened the article and I'm just opening it to see. It read like investigating the low utilization of pozzolana cement in the Ghanaian construction industry. An article written by one Edward Ayabin Boche and Albert Masope.
Okay.
So this is the vice president. He goes to social media or the internet. He sees an article on something, pozzolana cement. Then he sends to me, can you get in touch with these authors? We need to talk to them on pozzolana. Then quickly I called Ofori Chrome MP, Dr. Mafo. So no Chade okay and honor BIRD for now. I'm saying, Doc, look for these authors. Do you know them? Also, I know them. I'm not Juma. Then quickly Dr. Mafo gets back to me. So Gideon Mene, authors Nakasa. So anytime the vice president is ready to meet them, they are ready. So that is a kind of thinking and the way Vice President Bawumia operates. So when he even sees something, either complaints or something on social media, or person in the workers in a share, then we all think through how we can address the situation. There is this gentleman, our app will be on pharmacy.
Okay.
How to match pharmaceutical companies, and sometimes open drew cry and I say pharmacy will be one a problem. And he saw the app. Then he says, can you look for this gentleman? I think he's called Hayford. We looked for him. He invited him to his office, had a meeting with him. So on this digitization thing, sometimes I call you actually drama. We show them exactly which pharmacy shop. But you soon on the app now. They are able to tell you the exact pharmacy shop that you can get the medicine.
Wow.
That you rush there straight. That's why I feel alcohol so will be nowhere. So that is how Vice President Bawumia or pretty. Until when this facet thing started coming up. And then I came to Accra and we met to have a discussion with it. Then we started putting the arguments and the discussions and the thoughts together. Of course, on also the RT or radio, on TV, seen on social media. But the question is, how do we address the issue? Then he was like, one of the issues that the people raise is the prices of cement.
Absolutely. Cement, iron rods.
Yeah, that is why I sent him that article and I said, no, we have to talk to pozzolana, the people who develop pozzolana. What is the next alternative to the cement now? What I mentioned as sometimes it could be a idea and what the urge to get in touch with a more developer pozzolana came from maybe facet for complaints against and some of these concerns by the people and sometimes I see a share from the political angle. Of course, in Yaba say ubenya other political elements now ajim. But we are government now pese utie now we juma you look beyond the negatives. Now I should say, out of the complaints, what can we do? So on the say, then you act. And from the angle of the vice president of Phyllis, the people have the right to complain. Of course, if they are not satisfied with their expectations. Now, let's see how and what we can do, looking back at where we have come from and what we have done. Until now, we decide is you put something out to kind of give indication, say yes, we appreciate the situation now, a woman, anybody I was say, but why are we there? And then Hefana Yefi Badian Yetimaya, and what is the hope that we can give to people? And you're no one now the same level. Yeah, feel now because say, oh, you don't have the right to talk about this or no. The issue of hardships is something that is with us. Yeah, any pain, yeah, that's sorry and opa, and you maybe your different and newly developed expectations. Until when say will be school, was oh. We school na metimenya bicycle na motorbike bia chesa my okay pa na manya dan bia han we say wonya dan kakra han nya motorbike na wo say na menya akura SUV kra na me start ya we say wonya asaka na open SUV enti da bia nipa ewo expectations na nkro ne ba, and in as much as say nipa na expectations unmet no obenyunyu kakra sometimes yetimi bo nyankopon kra so bo. Yeah, bonfire na de be share mu nyamaya. We are tempted to even think say nyam bonfire na wonti and answer on person be boy and answer bibi to send Moses ko gina nyam ye na wo ye. Ya say yasoma afaro ho no ahya say yi no one. And I only say minim kasa and am ye kwata and am ye say aso ko de na me kokra ba kire say wona asoma was fa pomato for be say actually, when I'm in Nimsa, was a baby bow can you come in coincidence? Me and Bigina were Nim Crown. The whole do any quata and coy. And the day just a coy, we not obey. Until Nina answer your day, until we feel, sir, Ghanaians have genuine rights to complain, no matter the excesses or the graph exterior out of it. No, as a government, as a society, na shed ye bit to me. I mean, council bills say these kinds of complaints, especially in a year after elections, I am a normal. The Tiameka Sani say your co-election year to about year. In the first 8 months, usually I am a normal is slow. It's say in your to about new year, in constitution, one more framing constitution, common him so, you have to about your name to be a wow, it is no by it, and half of one neighbor. Into budget and can you say for only 3 months, 2 year budget for first 3 quarters, first quarter, so Bassa 1 way and the all ban and your budget, the barber so yeah. Into your yacht to about we are the following year. I buy only scarf for just 3 months, and son and watch or no one can say I in a budget. Even our first 3 months budget and crown. To me, and no musuko be brisans and nipani be brio crana. Omonia won't put to up government. The President Kufa Dubai. First budget you buy December no. Just for first 3 months. March year ending year as April year no on the budget a chassis akeke in. Parliament by approval and chronic. But usually over first year after elections are normal is slow. Until Abasha a baby dika bar na crofo nyunyi na yehu hwene ade ade. So ye fresh government there yes we moment the time I feel na why then waba. Tubaka President Kofo about 2001. The same thing. Akofo ba kasa bebre oba yehu hwene Ghana for so we just afi no waba. Afi no be appointing the ministers. Afi no be any budget. Afi no be deputy ministers, obe DC for obe chief executives aba set a board. Nti ye man time kakra. Nti na bibi ba say honeymoon. Yes o yama President Kofo honeymoon. Nti best the first 6-7 months now honeymoon. Nti kra na do be won say na force out of sympathy or motete or normal so edman because afi no waba. Afi na otototo ne normal nti normal aye slow. Unhu se ekosene nanka esi krono. Na onya ne saa anim otwa first 4 years wie no. 2005 ya to about 2005 President Kofo about 2005. Na patience now running out. because although na yasa to aba eyaba for bank office one and now so yede ewo nti e was normal a content but intimi nkosa because I'm running my kwansa nti still na normal is slow because I feel na omuso no na ewo hode but I feel na was about appoint MMDC is bio ama ya do makọ assembly for any mama assembly for ede ato so aba nti na MMDC bio no nti na normal is slow 2005 no the ministers crowd untimi appoint omo wie boss ni nyina ya dissolve uni say agencies no bebre no ho no omba yi bibi kwa just a board so approve so board no approve ya sika bi ni expenditure bi wakra omo ntimi ye to 2005 by this time na ga Kumasi huru den to kai efie ni fie demonstration asantema se da bi we de yenia no ofra asantema ba efie ni fie ye be sori etia 2005 by this time na Santa region actual president ko force wa bad den say normal you slow omo hwe but it's because say even though na on the second time no na wo ho no na wonya akwan see the pillars ni nyina so nwie ye but sabre ni pa ni sa patience ni ma president so by 2009 no I feel no to no man to say na crofo why running out of patience into do by no labor unions fast so there be we dey afei no aba mama man time to single span of labor union focus on suspended not later on take it no nya there one year intimate bia no wo ba ya to ba wi na esi afefo no ma no ma ye slow nso se si am no ka say deputy ministers cry new among we a president appointed parliament nyanyi omontum nti adwuma bi kra o ministry ha se nipa mienu na eye no se nipa ba akopɛ na eye den yes adwuma bi ha se nipa miensa na eye no minister no nko na eye nti be ma no man so aye den aye slow se ya make say board bi ani ho a ya san reconstitute so mo ye adwuma nti se GMPC4 se contract bi kwa no mo san adwuma bi na se so mo ye se scholarship secretariat ne san no bi no mo ya board so nye den eni ho I just say omampani san the nominations no call council of state my council of state for domu so call hwe ni nyina wi ansa na mo approve ansa na waso ya mo in ansa na agencies no etimagina mo na so aye adwuma asase mo ye say DC bia or just konkon ho bia no acting capacity we are acting so ye wo de otimi ye ene de wontimi ye nipa no kra no onim se ye besa de ama no anan fa ma no nto ye bibi kra ohwe na chi civil servants e wo so esansa wo yen confirm unti no o man instruction kra o tianye ya opa no eden o de ya adwuma nti ama no ma so aye slow district assemblies o mo kra no o mo common fund ya approve our budget as a parliament approve the formula for the distribution of the district assemblies common fund parliament nyanye no ho adwuma ndi so mampani kura wo sika bi sesi asase wo de ko districts ma ye adwuma ontimi fa SS kan nye de enko ma adwuma e wa form nkronkron no nkrase mpuntuo no entimi nko so sane esiko enti ya to aba wie sa na first 8 months usually no normal e slow tiso no ma yesula na wa kasa ancheche no mu anchere omanfo a omo be run out of patience adona e beto abana we koso kama ye hu bio nza kwan bebre ho a yesi wo kwa we na kese ye de ma contract na ye to aba wie ni ye hu because ye to aba no wie ni plan minister no ntimi sign contract ni bio say wo PPA kura na aba ntimi sign say ma contract no just ye twen ma ye confirm minister ni wie uza feni ya confirm mo nyina o ansa na de sese o de ko entity tender board ne nkro ne ba sa board no kra ye constitute ye
but most of the roads ne so sword were cut for
sword were cut nti no no de ne de sa contractors no ko so ye adwuma obi also ana contractor na ye adwuma ko dru ba bi wa raise certificate a sese nka ministers ne hwe na mo sign ba bra ye nya confirm mo no ntimi sign sa no ma no this be a caretaker for kakra na ne wo ho nti e ma no ma e slow naturally nti ye to ba wie sa bia na enoma ye slow na afiwe kwa no me say de ama asaye bibi kakra ne say akoba de say na covid sam so sabe kan ho bi na covid effects no so ama no mabo ma pija kakra no so covid ama abuchire ne nkro ne bana kan omo yi pa nti ama omo production levels so crack from bibi to cement say gas and for so mo kokra clinker bibi bi no edeba na bibi e kokra clinker no ede aba no also na COVID edokro ma nipa kora ntimi nkwa adwuma nti definitely amane bo no so apagya ye den ekosoro nti omokoto ba e den be ma hanso de no akosoro sa na other businessmen ni nyina ye nti sa
but people have raised issues about yes yejitum say be kosoro but from 30 something to 52 there it's a bit on the high.
It's a bit on the high, but I sometimes if that is what the buy and sell principle na kofa ba no am can be or Boston News or US plywood now almost say before January no mo tono I think say $268 they say $521 so on the merchants US and then it so because fuel price $1 something they say $3 nti COVID na ma no mamu apija ewo amana ni bebre nti eno nso effect enso ye den ewo ye nso nti eno ene ye to aba wi a aban hyehye na pillars nyina wi nti no ma yesuru no na aba abeka hia nti the way na nipa hu ni say 2019 na no ma ekọ wano no I say I slow down kakra nti say ebasa na definitely people will complain. So, and that's why no kwabia onyanyanti ase say ye to aba wi a president fin wo hyehye no nipa na dwen ye o mo say na say aban na ne deso wo enti kanimu nipa na so enya sa dodo na ye acting on say na no me ne ayudwan he or this statement by fa Ekosiisen Jaben appointed on the title here acting communication. But you when I director of communication kabeka say what to so there be nyina na ye political appointees sanka bani lusu yanka ye nyina ye ko nti adwuma bi a ye bia na ba wie ye bra ye to aba no afei na ye san ba appointee bi nti ye nyina no so ye ba mu 2021 ye ntu ya obi aka o because ye nyama appointment letter mpo ne ye to ya waka me say na otwetwa mu ya na council of state for free say me CV me mfa ma no mu ndo so mu hweti asfe no mo sa be ko ye nyina mu bi ahwehwe ye mu ehunu say woni nkeka wa bia na say bibi ansa na ma to president for say ampa sa afa ni pass me appointment ma no ante say be yes no ye ntimi mfa yensa nto Ghana sika mu mfa ntua ka yetua ka in what capacity some of the merchants nti sa na system no etie nti wa uti akira badwon say na sa ban na wo so nti ese no ma esa to asoko da bi mremu no ente sa ye ono bu ese president famra kwa no so na ohyehyɛ sa no ma de ese mra hyebedwafo ye omo ye sa no ma sa na mana take full force na anigi seme wo mu ne se ye pese ye kai Ghana for na ye twe nyina adwensi bibi so se ebra na enoma ededa ho na aban ne kɔ wano no na bia COVID crown fa ne how ma meto yeso no asetena ben na ye Akufo Addo aban no ene ye tenaye eno na bem ye nya arehemu bi sese no ma nyina wie peyo a eno ma bekɔ se ya anase no ma bitima tumpon kakra nyina ye nim President Akufo Addo aban bai 2017 na ye free baby ene eba na Ghana for the dun so mu fie nan ko fie num enyuma akɔfom enoma asɛ kakra yɛmfa so bɔ mu obia ɛno de Ghana for ato so aba wie na afesu kwa no IMF sema ya call ye ne de keka ka ho nti no na ɛsɛ yes yɛmfa nipa adwuma wɔ public sector ba bi nurse for wie school fie num fie nan na ɔmo te fie na ɛmabunu wie school mo nya adwuma nya nti graduate unemployment association na nsɛm ne yɛ bebree ana mo bɛ na yɛre Akufo Addo 2 ye ɔhwɛ yɛ dwen Ghana for ho sɛ yɛnyɛ bibi bɛma ɔmanfo haw akɔfom ti prekope ugina na naso afe baako efa nipa emabu no empem wo ha eye napko adwuma yi obeka se napko sika na de 700 na so mpanifo se enye kora anticipate de na woni adwuma wonya asa de no ema no ho he ha no ema ono so na busuafo ne nafofo e woni ncha mo ho ye den ehe ha wo mo na ekire se aba no ye bibi se ne be ya manfo hawo ebisi akɔfom osan hwe mudin wo se teacher trainee for ne nursing trainee for allowance aye twem no ma men san fa mra na mentua ma wo mo se ne be ya mo so ko mu be hen ha mo no ma hofo so ho hen ha mo de nti na ba ne yesa o yesa se o manfo ha e be brass na mo ahoche be kofom o hwemu din was BEC registration skakra mafa wasi registration ho kama fa edu ba be kra no o mampani Akufo Addo aban what tie nyina ma ho de nka ne ya boss de ma Ghana for 2018 what tie nyina ma ho de nka ne ya boss 22% e be si Ghana ma mu hada
but me question am person me what to aso and say for all the things you say, sir, more by a year, time I will take you over. No, the Ghanaian people are to swaba, and in Abatuono, they maintained the government in power. 4 months after swearing in, we will normally go through some of the tweets of Fix Ghana for no. And for example, some of the demands, no. And they almost more demand, yes. More yes, I knew my way in, but now we think, say, we need a total ban on all galamsey, whether near water bodies or inland, any number one. Almost a 50% reduction of all salaries of ministers and MPs. Dismissal of all deputy ministers. And reinstate Domelevo as Auditor General. No school should be under trees, and all classrooms must be fitted with desks. All roads linking major cities should be dualized, especially Accra Kumasi and Accra Takrade. Toll booths should be managed or removed in order to prevent traffic, especially at Kaswa. Fuel prices should match global prices. Removal of taxes from bet earnings. Foreigners should be banned from retailing. LGBT and net advocacy should be banned. Prisons should be decongested, and petty crimes should be punished by community service. Aside those schooling and owning businesses or have tangible reasons, all other foreigners must be deported. And some of them demands any.
It's no so. Into the number can say, Brana, a bayano, or demonstrative, sa love no Ghana for say, no macra ni being cedar. Say, yet a tree in a holding can you boss on President Kufado ye. Or should you see our 4 how back when I war muscle, or my school fees near the other, or General Naso. A brand free SHS, nipper be say any year on Tonable Crown. Oh, yes, I did it demand our 4. President Bar, first term 2017, a febako. O General Naso, a tour Marco, a dunum edify or man for Como. It didn't tell our yes, sir. A banny yes, I no money in a send a bear or man for home, a be Harry or more. None no ma a BC a quay momo. 2017, 2018, 2019. Ghana ni be idea dance, yes, sir, no cranny. Yen Timin Cassa or Mampania Kufado, as solve your problems in your maya. But Ghana need for idea dance, yes, economy no. Sanya on the name Baumia be fine, or much a trade ye, no make or come not young Cabianshim, Yari, ebe buy and so. You say Yari, a babosumi binako, and tears of Bosumi Bako, Bosumi, I feel now Baby Dree, and go. Nanini na Mukrano, Yari and Bayano, and Shana Ma by 2 years. I say in Sue Mediace, Canea Mediace, Adriane. Mediache, Masama Sikaka crack, and find so more or Mojumako from Asene, and nurse for the doctor for a boy are you by or market Yamachimum, you know, made the far cow. Even in the midst of the pandemic and the scourge, she an ammonia set tonight, President Kufado, yet tonight. Now, oh yes, I know my name, Pa Ghana for who say, why are dear? The offer to your panso and your piano, Matuano so, or the Ghana for Yanase, your chapussy. And so, as I say, man, yes, such a tribute. The presidency, at a say, or no, I busia opinion in our debusiano, Nebusia Okoko, a fool. Yadoko Koye, Yaboko Quatoje, Coco Yafi free. Sabe, Yakoinim Kakra. Bodia was a bro Coco Yase, Yatubi, Yaton. A busia penny say, a busia for, a son of Coco no crab bano. A brony body and a bunch of Okoko for Yase Yatui. Meton kakra menyano me debut to yamma school fees amamo me debut to yamma soka me debut to yamma kaniaka do akoma mo kakra de atum buto ko yare sa mo fa bi hwemo ho yare abusa panyina yesa na busia bono ya abusa panyina wo yakama pa ya nhia wanke ewu yenyankopon no na bibia kama koko yesa be bon hye ne abeso ya na akate etisi koko yeso yase yare bia ba ya fa na akate ama koko yiwu ana ewu Afe sika bia ma koko sika no so ma bio kakra busia enyato ho no so eyasa abusia panyine entimi nhwa abusia ne se akate no enko koko no na obi ankotena fi ne ma enkyere kom no mo wu abusia panyine afra abusia nyina sa abusia momra mo amunim se ye hya ase do koko no bae ne kakra bae no kakra menya ya na bi na me tutu mama school fees ne nkro ne ba menka se akate abefa koko ni nti saa nkra ne school fees na metua ne nsu ne ye ne magyae ne mom koko no se yesi atwagu na yedua foforo na eyeyi ne nyina edi so mfa so na sika no eyasa kakra wo na mede bo akoma kakra no enti misremo abusiafo wedia obia ni pa kakra na boso meso a Ubia fataku na asempo amra ne enkamom ne ensan fa nye kokoo ni yi na enyina na ya side so mfa so abusua betena asedi ho se ampa abusua panyini de ebra na normal ekoyie no yehu kwane a ne asetena pa wo ne yetenaye sika ba na wo hwe so yie edi bi boaboa etutu ya school fees ne nkone ba na nye na akate abesi kokoo yisu kakra ye ne yebefa se kan ato abusua panyini minimu eyi na free ho ebia yakofa abusua panyini foforo ba na ono kra ba wa amaye enti saa bia na sese yakwa akoduru se asetena pa ewuraku ado na ban ne Ghana for tenaye senia noma na esikro na enoma mu ye kama no oboaboa ye ma school fees ne nkro ne ba examination fees ne etutu ye fa adwuma yesi no yegidi ye pa se corona kakra di ya ba befam ene sunsun so e di aba no eno ntimi metete ye ne ewuraku ado na ban no ntam e ma ne nyeye se hu ne se ye nyina no shared responsibility ya kaya tamsi ani ne yakase yebesa ye ni yebeye ni gena we kura de enche bia ye free mu ano no ba yesu kura ne se na amando do na call from no se Ghana we ase nyina aboy abaso ye group no call positive bi de call negative na chese ya toto no mayi ayi gina ye na so aban esa ba ye na pilesa ne apamfo a amampani pa omo no onya nwie pe yo ama no ma ye slow kakra me gidi se sa ani so ade hu ani da so no ana sese ye magana fo ehunu se ampa na nado danko akufado na oye free SHS na nado danko akufado na odi teacher training nursing training allowance are restore na omia na one niwa na nado danko akufado boaye ema eduba bi yetete enyina mahoden kan ya so de ma Ghana for ye chenso free ne nkro ne ba mo na de so ho mon sesae bibi kakra na asankan ama noma ayese ayi slow kakra nenso mo besa tu anamo ama ye nyina yakwa animo ne yahwe ne yaye ne yie nsemo a wodi tu dwa se ye nua no mo yeka no ebi wo honso a sabi o yenim se enye boapayo bi eno mo ye banyefo kra se papa so pa wo maso a ne ye muntia na emonya ne boapayo mo a ti ye de e fa ne sa akoma pa no mo de kasa nsem ne nyina nanso mpanifo se ye wo ade nyina ho kwan sa na twekon no kire nanso nye nyina ene fataye enye bibi o mo kan bia na aban bitima kasa prekope meya yese o Ghana akwan nyina ye ne dua carriage anya sa no mo ka senka aban ebitima asore prekope
almost major all roads linking major cities
enka ne sa Ghana be ye fe nya sa na nyina hwehwe nanso enya ade a ebitima kasa aban ba akopɛ prekope ono nko a enye sa no mani nyina mani yekwan be no ba so ba he kwa no kofa sika na kwa kofri okobobusia bebre begu ya nso so a yene ya na kyena ye besa ye de etua nti ewo se yetutu ya na moni hu kwa na ebitima fa so aye no aban ye year of rules oye na fa mudi yegusu gidigidi ba bi wo nso complaints ho ni nyina na ye hwe ne ye yesu ye mpese ebi hu foreign bia wo Ghana ha se wo ye adwuma ye ne sa enye yi sebe omaya ye Timothy se Ghana enye ye nko a ye man de na so wiase nyina wo ho kwan wo hwe na anu Africa Continental Free Trade area asem ye de abaya e wo ho kwan so obi bia wo abibire mu ha bia timitu na mo ba Ghana bididwa yenso yetimi ko obi de ekodidwa nti ye wo international protocols ni agreements so a ye de ye ho akwakodon a ehye ye kete se obi ba ye kurum ba yese ya untimi mpampa no ha keke ema no nkote se bia kane no se bia bagimbre na enoma wo ho no nti nsem ne bi wo so mo ka na ye besere wa ho brasemu se nyese bia ya abanti ye twen no pi na ye kane saa na ekọ insusu na yen hwehwe na yen hwe kwane e befa so a ye bitimi atu saa na mo no ye ntimi nkasa preko pese ma ohoho bia medidwa e wo kurum ha ma ne nyeye o musa so mutimi ba na mo ba so emra ya wo ho no adasese ye hwe ema ne ye adwuma se ye kan Ghana fo bi wo Nigeria didwa na meboa Ghana fo bi wo America didwa Ghana fo bi wo South Africa edidwa na o kan sa sa obi nko ne kroma won so wo de no ye pam na mana ba na se
ye so mo say retailing say GIPC Act no clear on retailing and the fact say foreigners cannot engage in retailing
I say no na make na say o ba emrane o hono necessary yehwe na omodi so tiano no de law enforcement and necessary yehwe na ye ni nyina na ni nyina nso no aya na ho yesa besipane ko na haban ye wo se ne tase no wan hwe ni ya na wan kan yi ya na asem wode nso na chena o ya kwaje wo no kwan bi ayede ama ho ntia no de megidi se de mra ne da sesese ye de to no aban egusu a ohwe na waye ho adwuma sani bu how kan ya me Africa kra
but maybe I'll go over one after the other no what me a year no the but before that no but two things are this whole movement no. Number one probably how some element in government, some element associated with the NPP responses are omode MI on social media and also eshaman fubufu emma momentum no arise and your number one. Number two, the issue of the new taxes and enra for Samijemfi, for example, not Yakunya Otisui say it was insensitive and draconian say at a go. Abide bear 7 new taxes ebeba at a go. In these times, Abide Najitum say here a system name. And he even went further to say there is no other country in the world. IABB say at a go 7-8 taxes, new ones on the people in these times. And then I'll be catching will be to Samijemfi.
Edikan asema wokan say kasa ne bi wo ho a ifi enuanum bi ho antwa yi no mesre sabio kasa de eden pa yi asempa fm ntina twakonkon no kra hye say yanto yan na reka because sabe kasa tenten atwetwe nsem ba enti sebia kasa ne bi wo na ankoyi ya no de mesre say ye nipa nipa inso yani ya na ebe fom ye ho sabe ti amete hey menim se de American kura ekoyi anase enkoyi ba menim se bia ankoyi obeka kire me na unuane me na watenetre me sanso na obi ti obi tuma asende me se menua de wokan de ankoyi enti ya be stress de obi aka ebi wo kura na oye partner na wo sheda eni aban mu bebre enti bia information na ebi ba bia me meti ya me wo no ono ni sa information no waka asem bi asif say omampani kura adwene na woka na omampani abedi akira adwene na woka na nso na entisa enti no nipa different so enti obi ane sene a obi si aka na se obi okwa na asema woka no eye papa na nso kwane obefa so obeka no ene akoma ode beka asem no na ahye obi ahoroba enti eno de yaye nipa yi no ye bekoso afomfom ye ho sa akwa no so enti so obi ka bibi na anya obi da megidi yese enyina ye de ebeche na yahwe kwane eva so a ye bekoye nim de menua Samijemfi e ka no so senka bia enye amanyosem pi ena oya nka ebia onkanisa sabio eto de ebetumi abase bia eto ba akopɛ ena aban bi de beba na so bia na echen eto du bi ka bibi te se bia 2010 ebra na menua Samijemfi mu wa aban mu no 2010 omoto enyama hoden kane mu wo ha mu nchichemu ade wotwenko 89% increase in electricity tariffs. Sabio Senka Kufuado sorry. Now Casa or 2 and Yamadin Kanye Mubasa 2%. That's a bosom or 2 munuma. Because I had an abosumi bako. What when Yamadin Kanye munum and so be a numuno our 2 munu 2% a 10% people. In Nuru obi 89% or 2 mu afeba continue and no and not here. It's about the magnitude and the effects are a war and croffoso. Now say we ask him how be a be an answer, and no na ye sabi ye kuru Ghana near Timo. Seven producer. Yari by we are say Ubiana Quanya of Aswa or Bonnie dear and Hobai. Oko America says here, no name brother Ekasa, Oko Cincinnati, Sam's Club, and a Walmart and a Sabi Costco Nomnia the idea. Yasem more than $2. Tobacco pay. Since I would tell you know how be so Ghana ha there was a restriction or one time one of the do our pen away the water into my be our strength. So on the merchandise and no mind be our problems into ye share so your strength and your problems in the asha so aye home and she the here pa and say and she share na ye no ye dwene man for ho ne hu se be boa man for na boa ban ade ne hia nyina panifo se hia konfo hia yafo hia do te aduro enti anya nyina na ye de amaje se ekọ ho bebre se si hu ba bia ye won ye hu kone eva so ye bitimi atoto noma na omanfo so omo ho ahenharom because ye nyina the citizenry is the ultimate focus because so ya ban na also ba yan hyehyeye na ye bo abaso wi ase aman so ne ye se ne na omanfo ho kire omanfa so bia ni so etese ne sabe onya wi ase japade nyina na wa hwere wo kra e wo nyame mu fa so bia nya den eni so enti the people are the soul of government. Sase ye hwe kwane eba so a ye be ye de omanfo ho ebeto mo na enye ni nyina na ye benya ne pepepe because ye nipa ye kwa na ye nya sinto kakra na omanfo etrentre te se facete fo ni obi a okasa bia mpanifo se de wa power pampa mu no no hye okomu de nti sometimes so sana ye nso ye hu no nti ye bekoso anso atiti na ye hu de omanfo ka na me de me gidi ye pass at the back of the minds of Ghanaians omunim pefe se President Kufuor na ban no ene yatena asetena pa sa opepa se ye beboa ama oman tumpon na ye ma ahokyere bebre emma oman force no. This government has demonstrated it in the last 4 years. Ya yet ye na esese ye ahodin betumi na resources aye won so na ma ye ho kwanse be ye ama oman for komu ahenharomo Ghana fo nyina edi ho adanse na edu ba bi nso so Ghana ha yete no so no te se one boss bi ye adwuma na woye wadwuma ye bonse ye ta mo adwuma ne bebre na woye na obi so te ho ye nheda na woda kora wona na obi ochena ai obi wo ho ye fa we bra twere we ye say utanye ya abambebu akasa papa ye kora wo yisu medodo but e bia wo ho se wona adwuma no obetimi aye na woye ne yesu nti da bia na wona bibi nko ye kura wa fro no waka saa na yenso ye hu no se Ghana fo hu yen se MPP fo ne President Kufuor no se mo na ye gidie o mumu because sometimes what tete sem krofo ka na mo de mo feli ye de na chese obi antimi nye nti eno so ye ahoaho na hye yen so se to whom much is given no much is expected nti Ghana fo because ade bi okra na obi wan dis mo be ye obeka Ghana fo entwe na boso MPP mo ko ka emu bese efape na ye twa ka ese mo de emfatamo na chese amoma ye hu ne se gidie ne wo omo gidie ne wo ye mu se ye ne omo fisi ye betumi aye nti ni kwa se ye nso ye disappointed nti it's a greater responsibility on us se ni padodo no wo gidie wo ye mu se mo ma ban na ifi se mutimi ya ade no na se mototo na se de na chese munya na mo ya disappointed nti ye nso se ye boy ho so na ye nakra na ye ye adwuma no ma ekosoro se me betena hai president akogina yi nyina na mu aka se ye katu afi wontum se ma kama no atum so o te ase ye be fa ne sa ni nyina ye oman ho do aka me asukọ no ma me so ma wi asukọ a me ye adwuma akra na ma katu antum bi ba ye se be ja ye ntum enso esa se me ye part of government nti no ye ma mpanyina gina na mu so wanto ya katu mu se na be ya ye be nya sika akra so de aboa na Ghana for katu ya de ye betuma momo enso ya se nyina akoma pam ne opepa nti no ye hwe ne ye na etumi ye because e bi so a nyame enanim kwan ya ode nam so ente ode be fra abamu na ye nya asuahunu kakra for da chimbi enti ye enyina no ye be kasa che ne acheche no mamu so ama omanfo atiase
ye Gideon on say mo cheche ne mamu no unim say new taxes no and it lead to recently a spike in fuel prices. And one of their demands, and they say fuel prices should match global prices. And there should be a removal of taxes on bet earnings. Now, any bet earnings, more tax. Do you? And the fact that fuel prices should match global prices, no? What can government do? Because these are some of the things one person more fixing.
Bet earnings, Tassina, I'm not too sure.
Okay.
I'm not too sure. I stand to be corrected, but me who be bisa say be or our cross check. Okay. The question of global prices. What is global price? Have we done some average prices of fuel across the globe? Because if we are seeing in our price, it is say so on the maintenance because global price in any day. I don't know. If they're able to do some calculation to arrive at a certain price, yet reflective
of
global price, we can discuss that. If you crown or baby, you know, not Ghana, the crowd from on the merchant. Sometimes, what do I need? Go school, no. Yeah, see, I check your numbers ago. I say find the average.
Yeah,
we 10 years, but yes, Sibia, where the average, almost choosing our equity.
Yeah,
to one your calculation now, you may get it wrong. And to say, Omutimi, yes, and come up with a certain point figure. So we need global prices now. We cannot look at it. If you can hear no from a chair global prices because our family can then be at the cover Venezuela, the cover India, the cover Naked divided by the number of sample we see now. Ebi na your credit no e form nti saa no mani nyina no a good cause but sometimes no yenhwe na yendomu suko kakra nsana yaka because otianye ya odo ano donyere de abi nwo so but yet tenase na ye putu no matter street proof ebi na de wo kan kra no yesa na
yeah but in our case no there is a little increment on the ESLA component in the fuel build-up. And yes, I introduce pollution and sanitation tax and so still in the fuel build-up. And it's how you know, I already taxes are never that ama kania bo ai fuel bo ai then akosro. And it's when I raise all these agitations, what justifies government bringing these new taxes?
Yeah.
Especially ESLA.
Council no say amampanyin ni aban intervention bi ma ye 9%.
Yes. And only on NPA margins and omoyi but the taxes remain.
Abaya wotie nkrofo nso so no abaya kasa kakra baya no aban hwe ma ye 9% bi free so. The other two components I will come with some pollution and sanitation tasks. You can be crowd you say cleanliness is next to godliness. I only do we nyame some perfume I only do ne wo ho. Bi gidi ye pa se Ghana for 80 enya ntiase bi. Se ampa sa pollution and sanitation tasks no ye gino. Ye genia de beye de was ye near the beye de say ya menya sure say Ghana for be complain because that be an that sorry people have major concerns about pollution and sanitation and chebia mene omampania be de akire ekosra osofo kase bi power Ghana
okay
e wo fie nsem minu no kan ba ko de menka wa but na sem ba ko pa eye ne chese woda e ma no koda na e fi ai wo Ghana e fi chese on hu why esese akra ne Ghana ye de so hu sa fi na ye hu ha no enti se megidi sa ban ye jese eska no na otima ye hu adwuma pa ma ye yi sa fi na fi ha e ba ye Ghana ni bia ani so a eska na ye tua no en ha ye efi ba yare nso neba enti yabaka say okay yanye say scan no efi ba yare aba scan nya wo de ko hospital fa so bia no so nya say ko hospital ka o tanye kura won kwa be fi wonsam me say de omanfo ya na e hayen ene say yam politicians yam kan de omoji scan kura bia mo fa nya adwuma so ho de mechina say na emom say yetima masa ahotoso no say ampa pollution and sanitation tax ya ji Jumadia yenua Henry Cote Greater Accra Minister Asha se gidigidi se na bamu amu na otimato aso aye no sene ya osi ye no kama na ya teshe Ghana mamu hanyina ama enkran ate kama Ghana funi na kwa na do se subo sampa otenkran na we Ghana ne okrumu ye fe asasi kana otua no onwene ho emi se de aka ene the trust say omanfo benya say Gideon na nya say omanfo na eso munya Gideon ka say ye wa ye ne ye wa ban mu so yetimi inspire sa hope no e magana fo nya sa ahotoso ne say ye nyi sika no mfa nkotwe ye no mu spededi na emum ye de be ye adwuma esese ye sometimes ya na the fear of sisika na aban je no onfa nya de esese
waste
eno na ya na how omanfo because ipa dodo na agitum say esese ye tuato.
But how about the complaints say we share waste management say Ghana will be belong to a particular assembly. assemblies na as part of their plans sika bi omoji free omanfo for waste collection NSA neoma no ohwe ye nuanom so ye sachet water na bottled water na ade na there is this little component omonso tua in the form of tax to manage that kind of waste no. And why should we pay more to deal with waste again?
Maybe another tuana so only sabako for answer enso nyame ni kata.
But we've not seen any numbers expressed the tuana so.
Oh, and Sunday nyame say kanu kra. Nyame say kanu kra so there enso enti ehia more say your problems in the door so so ntisika no de nyame sanka ne pa na mana wo ho na ya meto mana no a agagana fo nkwa ya mana enso so scan de enso enti otena se na wo ye no mana wo hia more amenka se menkyere wo nkyere de ntia enso sometimes say etena na ya budget na ya allocate resources na scanner isusu se ebenya na obi ya na abamu panifo ya mobo
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Ya tax revenue no ya gia no mama ya sapa scan nyina sa.
Yes.
So why wouldn't?
And that's the next issue cry na me.
No mama ya sapa covid ba ya kwa de no mama me pen scan nyina sa. Enti osusu sa afu ya baji ebenya tax se. Keyante item 1 monuments and salaries in film. Ni atie no sikana to be 30-something billion. Ni atie to. Yes, even more than that.
Yeah.
Yes, interest
on loans.
On loans. But say I in the past, ni ate. And also one to ya do international one in na. What one our airport China for na control. Yem pesa no mani atie no so ato. Afi yes the mrane share keten say yenye. Statutory payments. The State Assembly command. Obi yete sa no ma me nsan fi wana oman eto sika yenye ni nyina asa. Enti de ye de be yebo sabe sanitation ho bra de be ya akwan de be nsu de be si school dan de atorenchen bitu de be ba police for ho ban security sika bi ani ho enoma me nsa pe na ye tax revenue ni nyina asa. Enti sometimes ye trans na budgeting time no ye fiscal figures no na uyina asa to say na de akeye ko fiscal how are we going to do that? Because na oto no kra wo kasa na no na president so aye commitment bi o baby so the mention ase and na say BBC I say quickly no security for ye ho adwuma and na say bia aban president ye ho adwuma basika no unya wo he they say o think outside the box nti say no na o ye lazy government na wa nhwe ya na hakoye say bosiabo eto but as I say o balance no na how you go for some debt, some equity component through your taxes, and then in Kroniba. Now, if you watch your Kroniba, so be buy your economy no so, ama by your fiscal consolidation at the same time, what you may achieve growth. And it's really a difficult task, but when you are judge, you want to also. Ubit me a yintina akwaje. Tia wase utimi pekwani abewa so obe dada na kakrana ebano na edometimi akọ. Enu ntina company abi de chire ni abre digitization because you who say digitization.
But before so about digitization, no, Gideon, and there are some messages I make kind and also form of questions there. No, it's me here, no. Before so about digitization, no, Ebia can say yes.
Me na me travel me tough there.
Ebia say more tax measures, especially new ones now abana a regressive and yet tax
progressive
and yet progressive and far emma or minor it be argue say a contractionary into rather say anka modern measures beba in the midst of COVID be more minimum a being economy ni mo be no amount for kakra wa na omunya na mo science we g into rather than expanding you are contracting the system and your one argument about the third one in so say ya running books na who say ye 3 items are consume your tax revenues in yana. Then we look at the other side, which is how do we then cut down on our expenditure? A hono a buying in show up say you want to cut down on expenditure, but rather no or man for the kakana mo sign adje on the revenue end.
No, the question of cutting down on expenditure, I will say a TSA. Sometimes I say you cutting down on expenditure. But it has to be looked in a context. Expenditure cutting down the expenditure means doesn't mean you see, cutting down on expenditure expenditure now can any frivolous. Okay. Because you can so cut down the expenditure. Nipa now say cut down expenditure now. To us, na me crying na mama also see and cut it down expenditure. So there are some critical things we have to do. Some of them mention us. You be so I see physical any idea. The ehun sheda here bebree no. Aban bitimi ahwe kono so a ye be hwe na and as expenditure be a gaga isem no we eno ye den afri mo.
First Ghana for say bibi to say S gracia munyim free because a huge drain on government coffers.
Sir, is there a law backing S gracia?
For now, yes.
So if there's a law, then we have to repeal the law. Until then, no, President look, I know I can lawyer be catch them. Sir, akatuantum a omampani kan se one na ban ne mpani fo afuwe akatuantum o ma yantum bi akatem oni so betim dia court.
Of course, yes.
Yes, we betim dia court. Some media me pese yatum on the matches and they say when you have the support of all the executive, somebody can even take it to court. Inti the mra ewo ho ade no untimi ka say your president asa a veto just like that. When you the support of everybody, somebody can take you to court. Unless it's some rano, yes, a son. And can obey.
But some also be initiating me as a some rano. And the president can do that.
But I said to me, to me, no, I'm Rashabaja for Ghana for your court system. No, in some. And I know the bit mark and wasam. So, the Mrane Becano near the idea, the Aye Juma. Because we Aye Juma take home Kakra. So, yeah, dear. I don't see a wasam car. But a cobasa is a society, yeah. Never ma. Why not? We can do it. And the issue of contractionary near, I'm not too sure about the contractionary because the entire Nobu Haye and say the economic management in the world take it as like a post-depression economic recovery program. Now, post-crisis recovery program, as I said, we should not expand and normal.
Yes.
Expanding na Osha. In the midst of the COVID, no, you reduce your Bank of Ghana policy rate near the Senate concomitantly. A bit more affect lending rates now, but from Senate banks, no, people can feel free to go to the banks for money. Near the idea, make money available into the system. To about Tampa program, yes, people can have access to funds now. Cost because tax revenue now it's a function of income or productivity. It is a nipani Juma. Nani income and cost so we need income tax.
Yeah.
Or yeah, Jumana and Tumpon productivity and cost unya tax revenue no. Until we see it as a function of these and others. Until you see a shock was a best spare growth. Ama Crawford Juma Moyen so etimi a tumpon. No monso etimide etria kakra ede amaye. Until it cannot be like that. And almost be progressive, be maintenance. Progressive in the sense say yeah, necessarily ne be proportionately no. They will use more, etia more. Not do use less, so etia less. Until the issue of taxes on petrol and croneban. We necessary na ama more. Nyamia duma kakra omunsema mu use kasa kese no. Obeto petrol no more. They will use motorbike. Until water more na utia more. Na ya redistribution of the wealth no. Na ya kwaya adwuma be boa mo browa fon so ewo fom. Sa abanka se wa fa sa aka ni nyina ato no so a den the day no yesisi ehia for because aban fa no eskafo no be use more na aban fa hoka. Na ehia for use ketua bi. Aban fa hoka de ba no so ye ketua bi but o de ba omo use more na bibi wo mo nsem na omo tua more. Na ya san redistribute sa wealth na akwa boa mo browa for na ewo fom. Enti se tobo ho na aban mene kra na emoa ehia for a boy scaffold chain here for na to be was so buying the bar a boy a mobile for chain scaffold and sometimes we position some of these things you know now I hear in progressive nature na do we use more no etia more na do we use less and so etia less it's always a way of trying to find a perfect balance to manage the situation at the optimal points. You know, send a bear, obi hun chire bebree, na obi di so mfa so bebree, na ne nyinaa betumi aye balance. But of course, a policy be no ha obi nya divergent opinion. Until no matter sani aye city ase, any sani besi ahyehyɛ no, and no matter the consultations aye beye, any discussions and for beye no, obi so tie chira, e was sania. We see ehuno and sania or so ebitimi are interpreting a free. It's like economic figures. Obiane angular, obitimi afaso ni theories, obitimi aka their support to the argument. And sometimes we agree with some of these divergent opinions. And just that yenyina adwin timi nko benkromo. To me no omodi ama aban nya say yesu ni saa say as cathedral kita ensenti yesu ni sane yesipe yenso yetiti na ye de toton sane ani na ya we ni ya discussions enti na ya meetings na ya discuss na ya arguments na we can we na ya invite private sector for bi no abe presentation na ya invite interested groups no maba ya to ni nyina akeka ni nyina afu atiti de yakoso radio ni nyina na de toton sane ani na ba bia ya te ani bia information ya wonso no based on that no na ya kasa ye policy ni say ya never boa na say mo because sometimes be so awoti akira information what table no so no wonhu and neither recrimination or congratulation is warranted for a decision taken based on information available at the time that the decision was taken. Enti say unni sa information no na unye privy to all the data na ebia you may disagree with be a position aban so atake. But ni nyina so yehunu se de aban be bia no in the larger interest of the populace aban no so ye den e ka ho bi na anye ni nyina na yenso yebetime nya ne right ebi okra na yenso yebetema se be ya wie no na omanfo so hu se no we mu ye ne se anka be ye anasese ni nyina ye nipa ye wosinto kakra nso ho when he said do na ye no so ye in the larger interest of the people ebetime akoyie epitima base enshedanye den enkoyie we nyina ye to adwene na yesua bibi free de ayi no ma sabe kwase na ohwe ase a onhwe ba bia ohwe ase na onhu de ma na hwe ase ye nkwane ye befa so betutu ne yi.
I'll come back to the issue of a national debt stock and the fact that one of the issues our organizers no raise ebinso youth unemployment and almost share the number of graduates are free in tertiary institutions by every year, now close to 300,000 every year onto the job market. What's also the plan from government for Nkophobia Tisa creating jobs for them any other? These are two issues. But some messages and then we continue. We say Obi, all we ask of our government is to fix the deplorable roads, fix the unemployment menace, fix our deteriorating health care, fix the unwholesome education system, fix our ever-sinking city, fix our erratic power supply, fix our perennial and acute water shortages, fix our once enviable tolerance to free speech, which is sinking on a daily basis, fix our high cost of doing business, fix the ever-rising cost of living, fix the unending imposition of taxes, fix the rise in the cost of food, fuel, transport, etc. This and many more we expect any sensitive government concerned about the plight of its citizens. They must not add salt to our injuries by insulting and calling us names. Hashtag fix the country now. Kojo Dankwa is a member of the NDC's National Communications team. Obi, where I live in the UK, petrol price is £1 and 20p. Okay, that's about £1.21. Diesel is even higher, you know. Convert that to Ghana cedis. And one of our listeners in the UK and on the way about. Okay, Ernest Dia, thank you. We say, Dr. Baumia, if what's happening in the country is your way of fixing the country, then I humbly appeal to you to put a stop to it because it's not working. What's the dollar rate? This borrow and spend economics, even people in primary school can't do that. Ablade, ewo efie kuma zongo in Takrade. And now the way about Glover Mouth was Saman Kese. Also, the reward of hard work is more work. Ghanaians are criticizing because of the confidence they have reposed in this government.
Ekosiisen on
Our political
Asempa
leaders must
FM.
see the criticism as very constructive, legitimate, and rise to the occasion, though times reveal good. Tough times reveal good leaders. Regards to Dr. Gideon Boako, Glover Mafo. Thank you. Yahuza Ewoswami, and he says, COVID-19 has succeeded in shaking the foundation of the economy. Even the superpowers of the world aren't out of the COVID-19 roots yet. So Ghana cannot be an exception. Yes, things may be hard, but I say let's trust the NPP government headed by President Akufo-Addo in fixing our problems, because that is what he's been doing since 2017. Let's fix Ghana together. Yahuza Swami. Good afternoon, Obi. The NDC did same thing to President Kufuor immediately he assumed his second term. I will urge the president to be focused and ignore the insult. Obi, ask Gideon, where are our communicators? They are not helping at all, apart from Nana Komia and Sampine. Gastiman, Brikum. Good afternoon, Obi. When you win the lottery here in the US, beyond a small amount, federal and state taxes are paid on it.
On Asempa
Bet
FM.
winnings are income, and income taxes must be paid on them. Augustine Yao Agbenaza. Good afternoon, Obi. I'm really enjoying the interview this afternoon. Dr. Gideon Boako is really opening our eyes with fact, which people don't understand. This government. Nana Baumia is already fixing the mess the NDC left behind. Every sector is being fixed under the president, Inshraba and Nelka. Good afternoon, Obi. Dr. Gideon Boako has dealt with the issues head on. The NPP government is a listening one, and I'm confident that when the government is fully composed, things will normalize. I agree with Dr. Mahmoud Baumia when he says the responsibility of government is to solve problems, and so the Akufo-Addo government will fix all the issues, but one after the other. Let's rally behind President Akufo-Addo, for I know that the night may be, but surely the day will come. Aki ewo Efia constituency. Ne deɛ ɛno no. Let's move on. I think Doc's explanation on progressive tax is a little bit controversial. Using the mere more and less argument doesn't wash. More of what? The issue is what percentage of one's income is affected by the tax. You just don't use mere absolute more or less argument to explain progressiveness and regressiveness of tax. Bernardo, the achiever, and Odiwei Abba. And he again says, Obi, the explanations my senior brother Gideon is giving make sense. But the truth is, in as much as there are global supply bottlenecks leading to supply shocks, hence global price hikes, the managers should have drew the 2021 budget taking into consideration some realities. Firstly, we are not out of the COVID-19 woods yet. Hence, you don't draw a budget that says otherwise. Secondly, Ghana import lots of things, so a COVID-19 orchestrated global supply shock will definitely lead to transitory inflation. Though I see the inflation as transitory, you have to wait for this to settle before you impose regressive taxes. The 2021 taxes constitute a low point and makes it difficult to justify that the government really cares. Anyways, tell him he has been missing in action. Bernardo, the achiever. And Gideon, I don't know, he raises some very interesting points. Maybe you would respond to it and Sanamako at that.
Yeah, Bernard is a very good friend.
Okay.
We argue. We agree to disagree, but it's one of the fine brains in economics, and I respect him for that.
Okay.
Yes, he has some points, but on some issue we will argue to daybreak. But the point that he made about the progressive tax is right. So it's not just in the absolute sense, and of course, we didn't put it that way. So it's just in the absolute sense. Nipa no the income the do and the percentage that is affected by it, but the framework still holds. Those who use more
Who
will have
more.
to pay more relative to those who use less. But of course, how much of only total income
and taxes may affect it.
and then that part. And Bernard will put the rest of the discussions.
but the bit about and I think I asked that question probably in a different way. Say in drawing up the 2021 budget, now I was taking into consideration some realities. Reality bit is COVID-19 and COI. And you don't draw a budget that seeks to create an impression, say we are out of the woods. Number two, and say we import a lot of things as a country. And it's a global supply shock would be affected. And it will lead to inflation. Say the year who was cement, iron rods, the boss. But I'll say you should have waited for that dust to settle and send among the new taxes.
No. Bernard Kassa, I disagree with him. Economists for and econometrists will be a friend of error correction. Sometimes we use these autoregressive methods, if we be vector error correction model. Now, to me, give you a certain term, which is called that particular term, and it's able to tell you the speed of adjustment.
Okay.
And so what to me determine your speed of adjustment, you cannot say you have to wait for the term to the whole thing to end and sana shall say your adjustment. And the yes is here and say yes, we know say COVID and COI, but economies when they can say in the long run so okay so tell and this is what say we try ma bibia and sana what start aye or mitigating measures. What you say bibia be and then will be anti-asibio and as na normal say in that case you may need more to even correct the situation than if you had started taking care of it from now.
Yes.
When you get into crisis, the lifespan of crisis, and sometimes you are unable to determine the exact lifespan. And into our should be this 2007 financial crisis. And there are those who think that it ended in 2008. There are those who think it ended in 2009, and even 2010 before the Eurozone crisis. The acute phase and then the mild phase. In such a process, solution I'll be to me, I'm offer. Even as the crisis is on, you offer that solution and they try to mitigate it until it gets to an end. Now we say you are completely out of the woods. And the transing Kasayan Chayama Corona Neho and the ansana ya propose solution to say be a yemfa task being right to kind of fill some of the holes that have been created. It will be a very poor decision to take economically. And I simply disagree with Bernard on that. See a chairman be behind. Who knows when it is going to end? Nobody knows. Now, in the end, do you know what would have happened? So, we don't even know solutions now, how fast they will be able to mitigate and how long they will go. So you need to start and then mitigate the situation until one can be fully comfortable.
But how about the fact because of our global supply shocks, into new be imported, in the other non-casan air GCK free or that. And because our buying special or solve problem COVID diabentino on also edge taxes at the free and that is a double jeopardy.
No. So it be on a purpose. So because of importation and supply chain issues, of course, I want to effect on inflation on prices. But that is more from the business side.
Yes.
Okay. That is more from the business side and the demand side of the whole thing. Say uhia no mano. Uhia sunti asesa okokoto.
Yes.
Esa asesa okokoto na nebo akosunti. You have to pay for that. So from the demand side, you're facing that. Then from the government, not the business side, from the government side, now you look at it from the supply side. No matter necessarily government provide the macro for only. So on the mention I say, you have to provide. So and because you also you have to provide those necessary say also provide untiminka say no microphone here from the demand side no work also the assessor so supply microphone no one yet. You have to do that. Why no microphone no man diaba. But the Juma is a from Krakoko. The sons are buying no be so providing internet. I know man and don't the day you are collapsing the economy. And you just it's come how intricate, but you just have to find a way to go about it. Intimate transing castle young fire and San Shaya Bonnie and Shadi and Shahans are copum say Ebequaku and Sana profile solution. I tell you that it will be very costly at that time.
Jones New York, and Jones says, Obi, I'm a contractor in New York. I used to buy Portland cement, $6. Now it is $12.77. Wow. From 6 to 12, that is already 100% increment.
Yeah.
Plywood board, 5/8 inches, was $36. Now it is $50. And I want all the other inches. I can go on and on. Please, Ghanaians should exercise patience. Hashtag fix your attitude now, fellow Ghanaians. Jones is in New York. Good afternoon, Obi. As much as I disagree with the NPP man in your studio, I would be politically blinded to the fact that he's very polite and his response to Sami's statement yesterday was so cool. Other politicians should learn how to talk on radio from him. Keep it up, sir. Nana Jeman ewo pokwase. In addition, government officials found of corruption, including the Obama voting director must be prosecuted. I hear you. Widening the tax net would have been more prudent than increasing taxes. APJ in Sunyane. Gideon notes that Obi, when President Akufo-Addo was elected as the president in his first term, he said he would make Accra the cleanest city in Africa. But till now, Accra continues to be dirty. So ask the vice president spokesperson for me that why must we pay this new sanitation tax while this government could not deliver on its promise of making Accra the cleanest city in Africa? Nana Ejenim Boateng. Obi, good afternoon. Greetings to Dr. Gideon Boako. Excellent delivery there. That is what we want to hear. But my advice is that information should go to the constituencies for dissemination. Thank you. Otu say oye Ashaiman constituency communications officer. Density Ewakra. Density say Obi, tell Doc to answer my messages. The message I've sent into his inbox on Facebook. In the Doc, watch my Density, telling us to fix our life. Okay, it's a straight insult to us. Cement is 50 cedis, the price of fuel is high. How does this concern me as a citizen to fix my life? Okay, maybe in response to earlier, whereby we say, please say happy birthday to my son for me. His name is Armstrong Duku Kechre Yaboa Apau Ena Ediwe Abba. We say, is it now that they don't have the men, or the president doesn't trust them anymore? KBO, our London. Good afternoon, Obi. I'm enjoying your program from a swoon. I really enjoy listening to you. You are the best. I wish my big brother Kofo Elvis a belated happy birthday. Nana Ajenim Boateng. This one says, good afternoon, Obi. Wishing my dear mom, Professor Dora Araba Shehu of Che Ado, a happy Mother's Day in advance. I love you, Mom. From Henry Ishen on also our Sun City, our Agbogba. Hashtag Ekosiisen on Asempa. Thank you, my brother. We say, please ask him about the Alpha Lottery and crossing on the Tema motorway. Has it gotten to the VIP? And I said the VIP, I don't know. Obusase and also Ebi Adru VIP anymore. Good afternoon, Obi. Can you please let the Tema Central MP Noi know his constituents are always with him in spirit for his good beginnings for Tema Central. God bless him. I hear you. Isaac Tre says, political leaders cannot be blamed solely for the woes of our country. Many of the financial mismanagement and wastage captured in the annual Auditor General's report are perpetrated by non-politicians, i.e. civil servants. We throw rubbish around indiscriminately, steal from the state, offer bribes to have our way, and turn around to blame others to fix the country. We should fix ourselves first, and the country will be fixed with ease. That's Isaac Tre, Nedia or De Abba Enono. Okay. Let me thank you, and then we'll move on. Come through with the messages. Yabejimre na yakaini nyina amamo.
Ekosiisen
This
on
one
Asempa
says,
FM.
great delivery so far. Bright from Medina and on the way Abba. We also say, good afternoon, Obi. Dr. Gideon Boako is such a phenomenon. He has really spoken well. I hope the conveners of the Fix the Country demonstration will be mesmerized after Dr. Gideon Boako's interview. Obi, please tell him to answer my call. Okay. And he says a very special birthday to Eugene Boache Entry. Nana Ekuya Mwa Boaten and on the way up. This one says that in recent times, you and Omanhene have really done well in helping bring the truth to Ghanaians on the high cost of living amidst the COVID-19. Obi, please, how far with the promise by the government to pay rent for the teeming working youth in Ghana? Please, also, how far with the year of road concept, as Takwa Road is still very bad? Are you aware the NPP National Women's Organizer said the roads minister is focusing so much on Eastern Region roads? Piquet in a Lembele is asking. Obi, truly, Dr. Gideon Boako has made my day. Indeed, the NPP government has a good message to disseminate to the good people of Ghana.
Ekosiisen
However,
on
it seems the
Asempa
government and
FM.
its agencies are finding it difficult to propagate such works to the understanding of the Ghanaian masses. God bless Ghana. Let's fix Ghana together. Yao Marvin in Kwesimintim. Doc, into some of the messages, I think because I know Tiba could be the year no MIA. Yes.
And I hope me that's it. Na me appreciate the various comments Abba so menim say ni nyina ya papa. Sorry.
No problem.
Eboan so ema dwuma yedi no so asaban ekoso. Me aba could be raise the issue about widening the tax net.
And not taxing people.
Exactly, because I think that is the way to go. Because widening tax net now, you look at it in a more pyramidal sense.
Yes.
My base no kese. And the satono, as I say, ojibi at 10%, na nipa edu ne betua. Esanse nipa no aya do no ntino obitima so about 5%, the same effect and the same sikana na obenya.
Yes.
Na when tima widen tax net na de bia akoye se uhia ska afa eto ho a na nipa kakra na yetua na otumu emo na omo nso mokomu aye omo ebu na chese emwa na ye can widen the tax net yes bia ye can sakeke over the years ye can ho asem but how do we do it? One of the ways as I say, your first year property tax is one of them. Now you can want some property tax. Nipa be braided to fee more Ghana ha. Sabi when your scar to fee $500,000, $200,000 I didn't know want him into your property tax. Your assembly is not to but you go so I no more NCB and I think 3 days ago or yesterday. Our company the office, the vice president, the minister for local government, and Dambo for in charge. We had very good meeting on property tax. We got into very far. The other thing, so digitization without digitization, it would be virtually impossible to widen the tax net. Digitization any electronic payment systems emasika do na for electronic systems and the banking system nti money very easy to tax people, especially on income taxes. And then Kondeba on say and I kama say nipa best 15.4 million and more national identification cards effective 1st April yama all the NIA cards and
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
SNIT, yes.
Yes. The same number you link it to national health
And a
insurance
GRA
system
also.
and a GRA tax identification numbers. And this are 10 NIA number automatically. It is the government's CCTV camera on your income and your banking
Asempa
details.
FM.
Until anything that drops, we get to know they were filing, they won't file it. Automatically, nipa do ana or more tax identification number, GRA person more identify potential taxpayers, and I know your best around 700,000. So say your payment man is 15.4 million. Until you see, say, in that sense, in terms of tax identification numbers, the potential taxpayers and more GRA bit my account on your payment from about 700,000, I stand to be corrected, to 15 million. Until automatically that base is what is widened.
Yeah.
In this or if there should be a certain tax that be affected or more tax identification numbers are. In the sense, be payment kakraka money per best 700,000 penetriano. You bit ma tesubri na ya neketu ebi na ubi etu ya teku ya kambo mo na sikano ayede aye kakraka eno ya ade aye. Until now, Mampania be the actually bread digitization. Until in the modern day economy, no, it's a digital economy. It is the one who is I know I'm called that line. No, we be quite. Yes, I so near boa amaya kate corruption and crony, but because says Sikano kutuyama nipa now the sheni butuma utuya through the electronic systems. No, when you no akochisikano FUM a core accounts or SSA economo. Near yes, I didn't na boa or money to we are very much focused on widening the tax base. You be a baby automatically know what tax identification number and NIA numbers. It might expand it to a certain level. More home be I be shall see who some for so in Chebia and until you catch a Ghana for you. So let's rally behind government on this digitization drive. We are in the fourth industrial revolution underpinned by digital economy. As I say, yet me developer. Na ye boama abuchira bagana ya shishano itimiba. Mpredudu a payment systems no efa payments processes na efa electronic systems no na ema banks no so nyesika bebre on wakache on se mobile money interoperability by kanen yesu bi sika to na kache wo edwuma ma hwashi sika na hye no money nyina afi ho because nipa no nyesika kra wo de man was there be fato me mo so mame all the telcos no omo nyina o bank accounts into sika nyina akọ bank na ama banks na nyesika bebre e wo makache de be kan se loanable funds no na so de amabosia na masika no so security na nkrofo so de eden na de ye adwuma na adwuma so etimi tumpon bra sika dodo eco bank for na kache no na ye kopi bi na ye benya bi na afi so ama ho si ho bo no so cry de akofom e de amaye ya national identification ya digital addressing system nti hu a na nka wo bank for so kopebosia the borrower traceability and identity identification ye problem nti won shada nyi ni se wa obeje bosia no ochena woni hokra na hen no kohu no de esu ehun kakra to so ye kana say risk premium na wutua bebre no sa digitization de ebe ma a easy the business environment ama risk premium sem nyina so etimi aba form I say gradually no average bank lending rates no ekọ form kakra sa na abuchiri ba bia esitie to won so kwaje bosia na wanya bi na si ho no so ayede aba form because me ya ote ha wosika na hye ne bottom onso will be near the fee we will be near the fee any bank na kachi a bank no ntimi mfa mabosia bampre dodo a yede to ye mobile money so na yede fa electronic payments na ekugu bank na kachi no na obi a ohia bi no omo no maache omo bi ene omo money bi na sika no so aba na nyine de ye adwuma nti a gradual process a ya sha ase gidigidi every baby I gidi se betima boa ama money tumpon. That is the future that we must all hope to go. And that is what the Vice President, Dr. Baumianso, Omampenidia Shanensa Olidi, as a chairman of the economic management team, in the near future, no, in the next 2-3 years, no, the Ghana that we see today will be a completely different Ghana. Be a new Ghana cry. And no matter one na a man no masu tumpon kama and no compare DVA licenses and no more content amount or per passport and cron about now computer on or apply registration. Don't say people are having ease of doing business. And no na obiashe because your nipani bit someone that the amako musuku moya majuma MPP someone this is someone nim. The also shine say oh here government services bia. Oh how who be bring kofa goro boy so mo bi ni wusika na ade no kwese people don't want that or your nurse or your doctor or your banker be what in the baby or person so much journal and now in the family be within include baby bibi a also share free abai hono be contentem e de ama no teaching akwa no wo gine to bi ni ade ade a onum sampa abai no ye no mama me bibi a me ho hare me na mu traffic ne wakoso ha anye ye ne sansense ne nyina so afri ho na bibi a to na mo brand kan ne nkro ne ba no so nyina afri ho and this is two mobile app or health insurance card wu na person renew a hu ya so na faka free me krom boma akodua nkwanta district capital na akọ renew na sabe de ote boma akwa de obenya ka na de ote apesika na se kwasoja kwafa ka we ba otena se ne mobile phone so na we use mobile money payments ya na ode atua na ya renew card na ma no sa normal ho hare normal no na man for so hwehwe obi wa wo hia hwe mfiri aban ho apart from so benya de obedi ba bi obeda na wo hia bibia be kontam ma na wonya apomuden nti yenso eguso aya toto sa no man nkakra yenim se efiri kon ne yakono ne yakosa nanso eguso a ye ho adwuma megidi ye pa se ya yakodru ba bia nche bia no so manfo be hu se nyina be kanfo a na etimagina ye nti widen the tax base ne there because no ana ye ya be ma aban so ho atono na unya omo aseso mutua to no mutua na sika bebre aba wakache na enkoba sechina no ye kasa yesi wo ye je tax revenue na ye no ma mensa penasa to bun sechina bi no ye beje tax revenue na akwani mu bebre ye de tua ka tua bosiansi ho tua statutory payments a na bi so asaka kire aye de ye no bebre na ema ye so nkoje bosia bebre na ochina eno so abeya asem so ye den amene ye sanse ye ne ankasa timi boye ho akonhoma enti saa nyuma ye ne eguso a ye nkakra ediboa na menim se esanse ye wo opepa no se ebeye na ye wo akandifo mampanyina asebegana ho do da na koma so ene na bedi eche ne mpanimfo eka no ho na ye sinkete se ye beye na o mane tumpon na sebe yenso ya boyedin akase mampani akufo ado aban bae ni mfie nwotwe no ma se na otimi yeye na tima bo akra ma yegina so ama Ghana fo asa atoaye so ama ya set record ni bio se yatima breaki sa 8 no se na medika kan no ye wo gidie pa se Ghana fo wo gidie mapa ewo MPP ne president akufo ado aban mu ntina ye ade keto abi na so mani nso a no ma twoma no esiye so no obi o ha wo ba bi o ha okwa abontina obeye bone se de kra won kasa sanso wato ne pa ahwe ne se wakra we de sa na enso ba ko bi ma we de nyamesuru woni mu to ya de keto bi na ma me ani abre no sansa wo ye ne doba oda na koma so saa ne ehunu se ye daga na fo akoma so eno ntina ye ya ade bi na senso mani a no mo ka wasem yenso ye de akoma pa e bi tie de omo ka no na ye gusu so ayetie na ye tie nso bi pen na ya hwe se de omo pese sesan na ye betumi no ya sesan no na nyankopon dawroma yetima yi ama o man na ye sanse sebe yase nkwan eyeda eta no esabi no enti ebe na ayede nyina nso edi so
Dr. Gideon Boako ne yeten kan aid and spokesperson to the vice president yedi besi na ansana no Eliasu Intamale says good afternoon Obi, no one is against demonstrations but with giant strides made in the COVID fight it would be unwise for the police to allow for any form of public gathering. It would amount to breach of public safety. I would have been part of the demo to highlight how far Nanado has been able to fix the country from a completely broken manner it was handed to him by the erstwhile NDC administration. Kudos to Nana Komea, Eliasu Tamale, Diaba Enono. Great delivery by all standards from my boss, Dr. Gideon Boako. I perfectly agree with him that there can't be a mention of any problem that is not being faced by the Akufo-Addo government. Indeed, together we shall build this country and resolve its problems to the glory of God. In the meantime, let's cut out the hypocrisy and face our very reality. The debilitating effect of COVID on the world economy cannot be overestimated, and Ghana cannot be an exception. I thought the Fix Ghana Now movement were realistic in their concerns until I saw their tall list of demands. Even in normal times without COVID, the almighty American economy cannot meet those demands in the immediacy, completely utopian and unrealistic to say the least. Idi Muhayudin and Odiwe Abba. Kojo God will Kropoe Krapem. I say, hi, Obi, my regards to Dr. Boako. He's doing well. Government is fixing Ghana's economy ravaged by COVID-19. Let me see the other ones we have here now. Yenshe and sorry, we say good day, Obi. Wish my dear Esther Odoy Dankwa, the mom of Eugenia Araba Simpson, your colleague, a happy birthday. Gideon is doing a great job, and I think the communicators should learn from him. Here in the Netherlands, the prices of some commodities have been increased but no one is demonstrating. Ghanaians don't want to pay taxes, but want development. The tax net should be widened. Unel and Ponsa is in Amsterdam, and all the way up Bray. Let's see. Please ask Gideon, assuming he's given the chance to name one person to lead Ghana in 2024, who would that be? Nanam Ponsa Bediako. Nanam Ponsa Bediako, Yenyenruho, Tobo. President Akufo-Addo is fixing the economy and would continue to fix it to the fullest. My worry is that most people have forgotten when COVID set in last year, expenditures made by government civil servants were receiving their salary, even when at home. Okay. Ghana's sovereign credit rating upgraded from B- in 2016 to B in 2019. Jesse Boako is in Mamprobi and on the way Abrey. Good evening, Obi. Please check from London retailing. Okay, check from London. Retailing is being controlled by foreigners, i.e. Pakistanis, Indians, etc. So our businessmen and women must learn to be dynamic. Richard, the problem is in those countries now, I don't think there is express law say retailing should be reserved for Ghanaians. If we think we've gotten to a point where we change the law, until then, what is in the law has to be respected. And I think that's the thrust of this particular argument. Ekosiisen in higher Sempa 94.7 FM. And said the Dr. Gideon Boako Eddie ABC. Na discussion segment at first. Doc, enti yebeda say emrepa yebese di nko ye nyamre anhwe youth unemployment and the loan debt GDP and what is there to show for the debt and it's because those are huge topics I started in January. Maybe we'll shift that to another day. But I that's for making time for us.
So me that's na me that Ghana for you so I say. So yeah time man can say I just say no my SSC face doors. Yeah be sure na face.
Omo listening ko anya easy. Another mum pam deputy ministers now.
Yeah cry ba be nya kopot e ne ba ko che. It's part of the game. We accept that.
50% reduction of all salaries of ministers and MPs, and a dismissal of all deputy ministers. Mamina said, "Doc, you ever see the Nkomobi? Great. Ekosiisen in higher Sempa 94.7